What it is and what it ain't, I'm gonna let y'all know what I think. But first, yeah, but it's been a loop every time I drop a new video. Today we finna talk about Michael Jackson, man. We gonna talk about everything, man. Cause he was really the first billionaire to even get in the music industry, you know what I mean? But they took a lot of money from him, you know what I'm saying? And he ended up dying, you know what I'm saying? They ended up having conspiracy out on his life because he owned the Beatles catalog. Now a lot of people don't know Michael Jackson had his own record label called ATV uh, Records. Well, basically he had 100% ownership of the Beatles catalog except for one song. And the song that he didn't have was donated to his the Beatles daughter because she liked that one song, but he had obtained the whole catalog. And the catalog he bought was only for 47 million, which was a lot of money back then. And they tried to uh, rip him off and not give him the Beatles contract. Uh, you know what I'm saying, with the masters, because they said somebody else put a bid in for 50 million, but Michael Jackson put his bid in first. So the appeal courts gave the masters to the Beatles. And ever since then, you know what I'm saying, it's always been a beef because the dude that owned the Beatles, who had all the money, Paul McCartney, he had wrote some music or whatever with them. He didn't want to buy his own catalog, and he had the most money in the music business at that time, like $650 million. So uh, they tried to sell it to him first, and a couple other people, but they never put their bids in. So Michael Jackson put his bid in because he got the idea from Paul McCartney when they was doing some songs together, and Michael was staying at their house, and the dude pulled out his catalogs and showed Michael who all catalog he owned. And Michael Jackson got an idea to say he was gonna buy the Beatles catalog, and the dude laughed at him, was like, "You don't got enough money." But Michael stuck to his word and bought it. And it was some beef because Michael put the masters in all these commercials and stuff. And Michael was getting 17 million to perform a night. No other celebrity was getting that kind of paper. So he was a billionaire. He just didn't want to overwork himself. You know what I mean? He ended up selling 50% of his company. And, they wanted, he sold 50% to Sony for 90 million when he was going through some bad times. But he only bought it for 47. And, the masters always kept their value. And then he ended up selling the rest of it because Sony got greedy and they was finna get him $750 million. And that's how it got sold to the state for that much money. But it was bought at 40 million, 47 million. And a lot of stuff crazy started happening because they knew Michael loved kids. So they was trying to put sexual batteries on him. It was all the labels that was trying to get the masters back. And, some of the Beatles people and stuff like that was targeting Michael because he had, uh, his own Disneyland. He had everything. He didn't need nobody for nothing. Anything in the world he wanted, he got. The person that booked him for 17 million a show spent 25 million just to have the party. Because Michael wanted everything before he even performed. You know what I'm saying? And, nobody never did it like Michael. He got 5 million to do that Pepsi commercial. And then, they set it up so he can get his hair burned up. And then he was black then. Then they started paying him to try to be more white and change his skin color and stuff. It was a tactic used by the industry to use him as a guinea pig to cross over. But Michael wasn't finna give up the rights. He would do anything, but he wasn't finna give up the rights to the Beatles. So that's why they drug him up and killed him. But he was the original GOAT. If you don't believe me, just go ask anybody. I know y'all young kids don't know from the 90s, but yeah, Michael Jackson was the real GOAT. Peace of mind.